I'd like us to do a toast. And I normally don't do this because I have personal issues with people who commit suicide, but let's do a toast to the suicides in the country in the last 10 days. Do you know how many there are? Which, how many do you know?
Like 1 or 2.
You know about John?
Yes.
From Bokoto?
Yes.
Good friend of mine. And then the Indian guy of Naguru Skies, right?
Yes, the Naguru Skies, I heard about that.
Apparently 2 others, not let's first. 2 others in the same 10 days were found, one in Katwe and one somewhere else in Kampala by hanging. The last one, they're not sure whether it was self or it was
homicide.
Homicide or murder, whatever.
But you know, you guys, this suicide thing, it comes down, in my opinion, to mental state of mind.
It is.
It's
completely.
Mental state of mind. Now, a study was recently done. Actually, it's been done some time back. Now, I'm really speculating here. I'm really reaching to do with COVID-19 and saying the true effects of COVID-19 will only be felt much later on because of what people went through, what people lost financially, and all of that.
I wouldn't put it past that,
and the mental state of people.
That's not really completely reaching, actually.
That's not reaching. That's
probably true.
That's right on the money. Edman, that was a hard time for a lot of people, and like you said, the effects are still rolling in now. If anything, some guys are actually getting hit now. But
we'll have this conversation another day because it's recent. It has recently happened. But I repeat that I think suicide is very selfish.
And I disagree with you.
So we shall have this fight another day, guys.
We'll argue another day.
We shall argue about this later on. It's been meant.
Let the waters first settle, then we have this fight properly.
But my issue is, we always sing this song of mental health, check on your friends. 3 weeks later, no one cares about anyone anymore. Will we change this time? Will we actually begin to give a fuck about each other and actually consistently check on each other? Or are we going to sing this song for 10 minutes after someone has done this? I hate that. I hate that when Chadwick was going through his thing. Oh, stop judging the way that people look when this has gone on. Mental health, please check on your friends. Please be kind. Whoa. And then 5 minutes later on Twitter, Ofananange Bina. That's why your marriage is falling apart. That's why your son is not yours. That's why. So what is this? What is this? This is so fake.
We're hypocritics.
We're the biggest hypocrites ever. We sing this for 5 minutes and then we go back to damage.
When it happens, you're like, oh my God, check on your people, check on your people. Then the next thing after, you smell.
I disagree.
Really?
Yes, and I'll tell you why I disagree. Because we're going to give this moment to reflect on what is happening about people's mental health. And during the course of time going forward, it's a long journey. You're going to be doing these things.
But we keep going back.
But life must continue. Of course,
it should.
I must talk about your dinner and say it's very large after I've talked about that. Because I must continue living. I cannot wallow, but I choose the word wallow, but I cannot stay in a state of mind of sorrow because I must live. And if I continue living, oh my God, that's not living.
No.
So of course I want to talk about A, B, C in the meantime.
But you're misunderstanding us, guy. I'm not telling you to stop living your life and be sad for the rest. I'm just saying, actually start to give a fuck about people. But like now, you and Marcus are catching a pint.
You see,
that's okay.
You see, what she's talking about is, this happens and then everybody starts talking about, guys,
mental
you're probably
health.
on the same WhatsApp group, but you don't really know how your boy is, how your homie is, okay? Stop talking about it and start doing it. Now, that's not stopping you from living your life.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that I need to actually pick up the phone and say, guy,
are you okay? Stop just catching a pint with Marcus and then ignoring him until the next time you guys are in the bar.
You know what I mean?
In between
there on
hi Marcus,
Tuesday afternoon.
are you kawa?
Bruh,
are you doing all right? Can I talk to you?
Okay, cool. Marcus, are you okay?
I'm fine. But ask me tomorrow afternoon.
You're right.
I'm fine. Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Now keep doing that. That's what we're saying. We're not saying live in grief for the rest of your life. Just change the way that you do shit. Care about people. Care about more than yourself.
That's where the
check
problem
on
is.
your
And
guys.
I agree with her because she says we'll talk about it in principle.
And then stop.
Theoretically.
And we go back to abusing each other.
I'm the same guy to come and say, but guy, you're what? You're muleke.
Fair enough.
Meanwhile, you don't know that you're digging the guy deeper into the hole by thinking that you're posting something to get likes or whatever,
But
or
it's-
because you think you're being funny.
Yeah, you're being funny. It's
So
serious.
this time I hope we will actually do what we say we're going to do. I hope that this time we'll actually care about people.
But here's my second concern. There are those, human nature is such that we check on people to make sure. No. Misery loves company.
Yes.
If you're going through some shit, you want someone else to go through
if I find out that guy is going through bigger problems than I feel relieved.
Yeah, you start spending
But
time
I'm
with
not
each
going to
other.
do anything about guy.
Because you want him to go through
Because I
shit.
actually want him to stay in that mess.
So you have
So
company.
that I feel less burdened in my own struggles.
It's about myself.
That's the selfishness of human nature.
you don't want to suffer alone.
Even those who are checking on you, not all of them are genuine, is my
That
point.
is true. That is absolutely
There are some who are looking to see. Hey,
But you're right. You're right. We are. But that's human nature. I think
So
human
let's
nature-
do better.
do
Because
better.
years ago, human nature was to marry kiddos. Unfortunately, still the case in some places. But now it's not generally accepted as it was before. We evolved past that. So now hopefully we'll also evolve past wishing misery. So I can also
Can we
be
drink to those
happily
who have,
miserable.
sorry to cut you off, but can we drink respectfully to those who have left us in that manner? And can we, or may we do
Better.
I'll drink to that for sure.
Wow. I saw something, guys, that was very disturbing. People losing their lives, but this is in a way that's just, okay, not losing their lives, but did you guys see that video of a young boy fighting a security guard
Yes.
in the street,
Yes,
and the
yes,
security guard had a gun?
Yes.
Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
First of all, let me first upload that security guard. I have never seen anyone with a firearm that patient.
Yeah.
He gave that
He
boy
actually
every possible out.
Yeah.
At one point, he even had a clear shot, and he did not take it. Actually, multiple
He even
ways.
removed the gun and said, let's first go here.
Yes, and he kept pulling the gun away and restraining the boy. And you could even see he was not intending to harm him. He was trying to stop him. That is the most patient armed person
He's actually trained
I've
to a certain
ever seen.
extent.
Because to have a gun and someone is coming at you and you are still just stopping them, I mean, yes, eventually, but you could clearly see that that was his last resort. He had done everything up until that point to not fire.
Okay.
So I will applaud him. I will applaud
I
his
will
patience.
say I agree with you up to a point. Up to a point that this was a child. A child. You are a grown man. You have a firearm. You're being attacked by a child.
But when you say child, he's
Hold
not
on.
10 years old.
I know, but he's still a child. He was still a minor. for
He
Christ's
was a-
sake.
now
So
say
my point
minor,
is this.
say minor.
Yeah, so let me say minor. Okay, it's difficult to talk from outside.
Yes, yes.
But I was hope because at the time when the fire went off, they had sort of stopped. They stopped fighting, they stopped the struggle, and then you're looking at each other, and then he fired. The actual fighting had stopped for a brief second. I knew it went on for some time, but then he shot. I was like, wait, whoa, why did you shoot? Why did you, if anything, even give the gun? I don't know if there was a fellow security officer by, maybe call somebody. Or they say never approach somebody when they're fighting with a gun. You know, so everybody stood their ground and stood away. But he ended up shooting this child in that brief moment of nothing.
But-
He could have done a bit more really than shoot the child.
I mean, it's unfortunate that he fired. But do we know that he had stopped? Do we know for sure that the attack had ended? That the kid had conceded and said, yeah.
And we also
Now
don't
let
know
me
what
leave
made
here.
them stop the fight in the first
Yes.
place.
What if he was... Anyway, like
Because-
you said, we don't know because we are not in the mix.
The police released the report. I was trying to find it. I can't. But they said that the policeman, that guard, is on the run, and the kid didn't die.
Oh,
The
thank
kid is
God.
alive.
Than't God. At
He's
least
alive as of yesterday, at least. The kid was alive and had a bullet wound in the stomach, but was recovering in hospital. So, but there are many questions we don't know. Even the police said we're still investigating. We don't know why the fight started. According to the guard, he was trying to steal from the shop that this guard was protecting. Stopped him and found him and said, "Whoa, stop it." Then this kid said, "You are joking."
got into...
Then they got into the fight. Now, maybe the guard was not as physically strong as the kid. And also you could tell from the kid said, "Me, I have nothing to lose." Eh?
Yeah.
So at that point, in my opinion, you cease to be a minor.
You are now a threat.
You are now an unofficial threat, irrespective of your age. To society, by the way, not just the guard. And meanwhile, you're fighting in that format with an armed person. So evidently, you don't fear anything.
No, but again, a minor does not seem to understand these things in its totality. Is what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
An adult can say yes, okay.
He's-
He's a freaking minor.
His understanding of the situation notwithstanding, he was a threat.
When-
Whether or not he knew what he
Your
was
age,
doing,
your age,
he was a
Marcus,
threat.
You will not use your-
minor does not understand the gravity of the actions that they are taking.
Okay.
They don't
That is
understand the
why-
gun?
That they don't, Marcus.
Now,
Yes, they
Gaetan,
do.
Marcus.
if a 16-year-old lowered the barrel, lowered the safety of a gun and put it to your head, you're not going to fight back because he's a minor and does not understand the gravity of the situation.
And if he pulls the trigger and you die, we're not going to charge him with murder because he's a minor? Nonsense.
You're going to say he doesn't understand the gravity of the situation. Understanding or not, he is a threat. And like Marcus said, not just to the guard, but to
Everybody.
the area. Because had he gotten that gun, there is no assurance that he would not have opened fire on even the bystander.
I have a question. Because for you could tell from that kid he had lost his marbles completely.
Yes.
So even if he had managed to get the gun, who knows what would have happened?
He could
He
have been
shot
a
the
real
gun and anyone else.
problem.
I hear you.
Second question I have for you guys, and this is the second time I'm saying this. First was the kickboxing thief. Second is now. What is wrong with Ugandans and just standing by and watching, doing nothing?
But again, Marcus, I just said it a few seconds ago. The Askari, the security guard had a gun. Now you go in to try and
Restrain the child.
De-escalate.
to de-escalate the situation, and the gun goes off accidentally.
Yeah, but you see,
So you end up saying,
it's not like they were even trying to take cover. They were right
They were
there. That
watching.
gun gone off. You were dead anyway.
You were dead anyway.
I'd rather stand on the side regardless than get involved directly because I don't know what's going to happen.
So, use that gun as the example. I still think that's rubbish, but use the gun as the example. The roundhouse guy, there's still a guy right in front of you. Kick him and you are there, the border guy.
Okay.
And
nobody's
you're also
doing
watching.
anything. And you're also watching.
Yeah, we've
Even this kid, you could see that there were very many older guys. 3 of them get this kid, put
Grab
him down, and say, Askari akoze. Let's find out the situation. All this nonsense ends.
Because it was
there.
clear
He
that
says,
the
"He's a
Askari
thief, he's
was
a
not
thief.
the aggressor."
Arrest him down, police, come take him.
So the culture of
Not giving a
Not my
damn.
monkey, not my circus. It's too much.
Because that bullet does not have a name.
name.
well, I think it comes down to the fact that we have been made this way, this complacent because of the situation that we live in. If the state
You're capable of individual thought,
Please,
my
you
guy.
cannot put and blame everything to the state. Get the hell out of here. guys.
Yes, they're not angels. Yes, they're fucked up and they have their misses and everything. Yes. But you're also capable of
Government
thinking
to
for
young
yourself.
Muna Komadi.
So, like I was going to say, you asking a question. Can I answer the question or not?
You can.
Or you don't like my answer? You want me to give you your answer?
Go ahead, Gaetan.
I don't want
to
to
hear.
more.
Can't you the way don't know?
Let me talk about something. Speaking of good things, which are much better than this, by the way. Rwanda, our neighbor. Beautiful country. Have you been to Rwanda?
I've never been, Banange. People, please
You have
take
never?
me. I've never been to Rwanda and I'm dying to.
And I am here in your life.
What are
Have
you doing in my life?
Have you ever asked me and I refused to take you?
Marcus, please take me to Rwanda.
Me also.
But
Have you even tried to make his voice clear?
me also. Marcus, please take me to Rwanda.
take you to Rwanda.
But all expenses
You will
paid.
find us there. Okay. What? The things she's adding in.
No.
I tell you, if I said take me,
Hey, you organize.
It is
for
not
me,
on my-
and I'll come there in luggage. Rwanda recently opened the Amahoro Stadium. You know, you've been to Rwanda.
I've heard that word a lot. What does it mean?
Amahoro.
Amahoro.
What does it
Stadium.
mean?
Peace.
Bees.
Okay.
You know bees?
Peace. Peace. Their football team, Amavubi,
Amavubi.
is bees.
And that's where they're going to be playing.
Yes,
I think
it's
that's
the
where
home of the
The
Amavubi.
home of the Amavubi. But this stadium, if I can show you a video of this stadium, it is absolutely beautiful.
International standard.
International standard.
But everything
it's
that
also,
they do
but
is
it's also a
international
multi-purpose
standard.
stadium.
Okay.
So it's not just football, it's events, it's functions, you name it. Oh my God, I just need to show you this video. It is stunning. Here it is. From the moment you enter, Okay, guys. The video goes on and on and on and on and on and on. But have you seen the finishing? Have you seen the class? And I think it's about a 45,000
Yeah, 45
seater.
Yeah.
But this stadium was initially built by the Chinese
Long time ago.
long time ago.
Yeah.
Then they've upgraded it now.
The Rwandese
By
people
the
are the ones
Turkish.
who have.
The Turkish company.
Those are Turkish
Oh,
company?
okay.
My point here is, you guys, what are we doing?
We have hams.
We have Nachivubo.
We have hams.
But that's not it's not an international.
We have hams.
Happens to the War Memorial Stadium.
The Nachivubo War Memorial Stadium is now also Hams Stadium.
Okay, two things.
Yeah.
Two things. And I'm not going to throw any shade on Hamis Chigundu. Because number one, he did what our government couldn't do. He used his money.
He used money that he borrowed that he has failed to pay back.
Well, it's him.
He used money that he borrowed
It's
that he
him.
failed to pay back.
You can't compare somebody who is using money, whether it's borrowed money or what, and a whole national country's budget. That's number one. That's apples and oranges.
No. It's still a good point.
Whether he borrowed-
It's still a very valid point.
That what?
It was not his money.
But is it government money? No.
Okay, move on.
So that's point number one. Point number two, it's not an international stadium.
By
It
a
is-
mile.
it is a war memorial ground.
What is the seating capacity of the stadium?
I haven't been there, but depending on who you ask.
Depending
I went
on who you
somewhere,
ask.
Some say 15K, some say
35.
so I don't know even sure.
But I
But
will,
it's
I
nowhere
will
near
give,
Nambole.
I will give credit where credit is due. I mean, he has done a good job.
All
Nachivubo then.
factors
Are you comparing to
and-
Amahoro?
I am.
No, that's why I said these are the
Why are you making us
These are
cry?
memorial grounds. The other one is an international stadium. I don't think. those
I
are
am
apples and oranges.
comparing the current state to what it was before.
Yes.
Okay.
It looks a lot better.
Okay.
He has really improved it, and also it's multi-purpose. I remember
There's
on the opening,
basketball,
1st
there's
June,
running.
the people performed. So it was like a concert, and then there was also boxing matches. Golola and Semata, they drew, and yeah. So there's also football. Still, you can also do other things. So. Yes, don't compare to our neighbors, but compare to what it was before. Thank
And
you.
remember,
Huh.
these are memorial grounds. The other is international stadium. If Nambole reopens after they are done,
I
and
think
it
we'll
is
also
not,
be
it is
good.
not like Amahoro, then we have that conversation.
Nambole, by the way, is pretty much done.
Yes.
Good to go.
And
All
it
they
looks
need is for
nice.
Is it close?
It just needs your father.
close?
It's very, your father-in-law just
No, is
has
it close to
your
Amahoro?
father has to come and just go.
Cut the ribbon.
Is it close to
Then
Amahoro?
they put a plaque opened by.
What is wrong with you?
Is it close to Amahoro?
Leave it alone.
No.
Leave it alone.
I've not yet been to the new Nambole Stadium, so I cannot compare. But if you are to ask me to hazard a guess as to whether it is going to be or is as close to the Amahoro Stadium of Rwanda, I would tell you that this is just a wild, I don't know, guess.
Hunch.
Fuck no! Hell no!
Categorically no.
No!
Ah, come
But to our
on.
standards, we say, hey,
And especially seeing as it was done by Banyankore from SFC. There's no way it can be the same as Turkish.
Bambi. I'm at SFC. Thank you.
There's no way, I mean, we are a
Thank
guy
you.
from Chirihura and a guy from Turkey. There's no way the standards can be drawn. So you can't blame them. Omumpi wakoma wakwata.
what?
That is so mean. But you get,
But for a Chirihura guy, I think they have done a great job.
I think they did a-
apparently Ham invested, right? In this thing? 200M.
I don't know. So the
Of
numbers,
the Dora.
the numbers keep
That is
changing.
total rubbish.
200 million
Exactly.
here,
Because the
100
Gogat
million.
Seko interest.
Nothing.
Ebigene Musao.
Unless Ham gives me omutwalo gwa dollar. I don't believe it. Omutwalo gwa dollar. That's all I need to believe. To believe. Then we can go into other discussions. But to believe. But fine, we talk about people who are giving people money.
Anyway, it can stay. It's going to host some games of the Cranes,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, it will.
Can it? But I don't know if it can host international games.
No, necho tuchireke. Let's. You said omumpi wakoma. Katukoma.
But we can host in Nambole.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes, Nambole we definitely can.
We're
I
even
mean, we're
hosting-
hosting AFCON.
Yeah, hey, we're hosting,
Co-hosts,
of course.
co-hosts. We're co-hosts. What were you saying about giving money?
Giving money. Mami, I swear I don't have beef with this lady, but every time I talk about her, it's not in a positive light. Right, Honorable Speaker.
You have beef.
Anita Mo.
And you
I
have
have beef with the accusations. If it is true that she stole the bloody
I'm angry
Mabadi,
about accusations.
if it is,
Can I tell people how many
I'm
people have said
mad.
bad things about you? I don't have beef with them. Because I know it's not true.
But what do you have against our fair?
I do, like I said, I do not have beef with her.
Fair weather friend.
What do you have
I do not
against-
have beef with her.
What do you have
I'm
against-
saying if the things that have been
Zoom.
said about
What do you have against our?
I don't like the way that she gave that 50 million shillings in cash to that Uganda
Why?
Cranes player
Why?
out
Why?
in people.
Why?
But not gay.
Why?
There's proper ways to
Whoa.
do this shit. Dummy check.
Let's watch this video because
Yeah, I am so bothered. I am so, like, I'm heated. I feel like I'm sweating. I'm heated.
Let's see this.
We are giving you 50 million, but when we will have another winning bonus. Make sure that the first game you win, you will get the winning bonus. The second game also you win, and you will get another winning bonus. We are doing all this for this country, and this is not from me. And whatever I do, I'm doing it for the country, okay? So play for the country as we do our best.
So what's your beef?
That.
What? What about it?
First of all, let me
You
now
don't like
to
that,
prove that I
you
don't
like
have
the Cranes
beef.
are being incentivized with 50
Her
million?
outfit is amazing. I really like the outfit. She looks very
I
smart.
thought it looked like a curtain.
Eh?
That's
First of
fashion
all,
these
her
days.
clothes are very expensive. That lady dresses very nice. Very, very nice.
How much look like an expensive curtain?
You're asking me?
There are people who are laughing behind
No,
the
no, no,
cameras.
no, no. By the way, Honorable Anita Mom, this message goes out to you. I love your dress. I love your style.
Her style is A+.
Keep it going. This one goes out to you.
Someone is looking for 50 million.
Even the bastard changed the voice of his tone. Hello, Anita. Even the pastor changed.
She dresses very nice. Absolutely, she does. But that 50 million, there's proper ways to do it. A dummy check. Even give the sealed envelope. No one needs to know what's inside.
Let me ask you.
Because they handed her the envelope when it was, like, the money was inside. So you don't know. It could be stuff to
So your problem is the fact that she gave out the cash in a very local way.
That is
cash.
not what I said.
No, that's what in effect that's what you're saying.
It could have been done better is my argument. A dummy check, an actual check,
So it was uncouth.
it could have been done better. You have used a lot of words that I have not used.
Let me ask you a question, Anne. You knowing the drama that goes around in politics of football,
Yes.
and I'm assuming you both know the drama of
Sports.
politics in football, sports in general. And you have played sports, I think you still do. If you're a sportsman, sportswoman, and you say, I am giving you guys 50 million shillings, and if you win a game, and if you win in their second game, I'll give you another 50. Okay? And I leave it there, or even come and give you a dummy check. Vis-a-vis, I come and say, I have 50 million shillings here. I can give it to the coach, I can give it to whoever is present. In this case, the highest ranking officer is the captain. I am not trying to tell you that I am just talking.
It is.
It's here in cash. I don't want you to say, the other woman promised us, it has never been released because it was coming from parliament, there's procedures, what. She went through the entire procedure process, got the money, came and said, guys, we are people of our word. This was not part of your program, but it's an incentive for you to go win against Botswana.
Marcus, you seem to have missed Anne-Marie's point completely. It went over your head. Sweet.
Please explain.
And I'm going to be explaining to you like the daft person that you are.
Don't you?
What Anne-Marie is saying is, have the money there, have the cash, even have photographers. But for goodness sakes, the presentation should be a proper presentation.
So you want it in a briefcase?
Listen!
You want it in a briefcase? You want what?
Listen for the first time in your life. I hand you a dummy check.
You said cash.
Listen, I'm coming! You come too quickly.
How would
They have
you
not
know?
complained till now.
How would I know?
I just want to say they
My
have a
point is
complaint.
this. Hand over a dummy check.
Yes.
hand over an envelope that say whatever. The cash is there. And then have photographers on the side, but it's not the official thing, but the money is.
Yes.
You understand? Make it more clean, make it more presentable, and then give them the cash, and the photographers can even capture that. How much more transparent do you want to be?
Yes.
It is still transparent.
That's right.
The way you're doing
you don't have to
Marcus,
do
the way you're doing it
all of that.
is very local, it's very uncouth.
But before we even go that far, let's first clap for her. Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker,
yeah.
that money got to where it
Yes,
needed to go.
wonderful.
She deserves. Thank you.
So,
But it could have been done better.
In a much more, how the word is looking for, Marcus.
it's finesse. Yeah,
Finesse
probably.
and classy.
Yeah. I get that. But I've just told you at the beginning of my presentation.
We want
I
listen-
said
we want listening.
no. She was. I said you have a problem with your ears. You're old. I said that the problems with the money of FUFA dictate that nobody will believe that a dummy check will present the actual cash. Everybody has their doubts when money is involved in FUFA.
there. It's told you
Listen to
there.
me. Listen to me. So if it is there, where is the okay? So it didn't have finesse, but it had one important element that FUFA needs, which is clarity and transparency. So if finesse is going to go out the door because I'm giving the most important thing, which is these players know the money actually reached, to go to hell with their finesse. I'll be local all I want, but that player knows that money is with me. As opposed to, I don't know if it looked nice, it looked fantastic, it looked beautiful. She was smart, the check looked good, it had flowers. Do I know if I'll get the money? No. So I will not break my back on the pitch. Because I don't know if I'll get that money. Now I can guarantee you they'll break their back. They have seen the cash. They received the cash.
He touched it.
He touched the money.
You can still get it, but not in an uncouth manner.
I guarantee you, madam, you know your players, you know your countrymen. Loco in this state, with that federation, is better any day. Fuck your finesse.
Is it better than her dress?
I don't know, me I said it looked like
I
a
think
good
she's very
organized curtain.
fashionable.
Stupid.
Na bandange.
No, Woma, you're right. Let's hug.
My God, but I don't have the 50 million that you're asking her for.
But this sickness, maybe she has.
We're still hugging.